Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom's out, and it's another hit for Nintendo. With a metascore of 96 and a current user score of 8.7, Tears of the Kingdom has even the game creators talking about bringing the longtime franchise to the big screen. It makes perfect sense. We all just saw how another one of Nintendo's longtime franchises got a big screen adaptation, and that movie made literally
700 billion and $1,300,000,000,000,000,000.
With Nintendo being so protective over their biggest franchises.
Rope? Bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Well, now at least. We must ask, if we're going to see an adaptation of The Legend of Zelda, what would that possibly look like? Nintendo is a notoriously cautious company, which probably explains how they stayed in business so long. They've been in business since 1889 and have survived basically everything.
Bruh.
One of the keys to the Super Mario Bros. Movie being such a massive success was past forays were such a failure must come down to fan service and telling a story as close as possible to the source material. 1993's Super Mario Bros. Was released at a different time. 30 years later, the game series has become so ingrained in the public conscious, trying to tell some outlandish story about New York City but with dinosaurs would have been just stupid to do. All of that is to say, Nintendo and whoever ends up producing the Zelda movie would be wise to stick to what works for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, instead of some artistic reimagining of the story. The Legend of Zelda is a franchise with a fan base of millions, almost 40 years, and 29 games. So the fan base, characters, and stories are already there. All the studio making the movie would have to do is make a movie sticking closely to something like Breath of the Wild, and Nintendo execs can fire up the old money printers and start picking out the yachts. A Legend of Zelda movie would most certainly be a fantasy movie, obviously, with a little more of a serious tone than the silly tone that the Super Mario Bros. Movie stuck to. Not to say that there can't be any humor. I mean, the reward for collecting 900 Korok seeds is a golden poo, so it's not like the franchise has no lighter moments. A little silly humor like that would be a nice nod to the fans, and bring a little playfulness to what's most likely to be a darker and more dramatic tale. One of the most important aspects of a Zelda movie, or any movie really, would be the casting. There are a ton of great articles on this aspect of the production, and we're going to go through some of their choices for the main cast, and then give our opinions and any other actors we think should be cast for the main characters. We're going to cast this for a live action adaptation with actors who physically fit their roles. Most likely the safest route is going to be a CGI animated movie. A live action Zelda movie would cost a fortune, and there are yachts to buy. First off, we have Link, our young elvish protagonist rocking green to the fullest. We think a great choice would be American-born actor Lucas Till, who previously played Havoc from the X-Men franchise. This pick makes sense, as an actor does strike a stark resemblance to the older Link from a game like Breath of the Wild. The pick does make sense to me, while Nintendo would most likely want their lead actor to have a little more name recognition. Till would fit the role perfectly. Tom Holland is another name the internet seems to think is a good fit. While we don't disagree, and he is much more of a household name, the Spider-Man actor just doesn't feel right for the role. By all means, tell us how wrong we are in the comments down below. Next, we would need to cast the ruler of Hyrule and the character who lends her name to the title, Zelda. Since we have Till playing Link, we would need somebody around his age to play Zelda, and a perfect choice would be Saoirse Ronan. Ronan is a very popular actress and would fit perfectly for the warrior queen Zelda. Having experience playing royalty in Mary, the Queen of Scots. Anya Taylor-Joy is another name we've heard thrown around, but we're not sure where she is already the voice of Princess Peach, if that works in our hypothetical Nintendo cinematic universe. Ganon is probably the most difficult character to cast because of his sheer number of interpretations throughout the series. The arch nemesis to Link in Zelda, this casting could make or break a possible live-action Zelda movie. A few names we've heard floated around are Riz Ahmed, Idris Elba, and Dave Bautista. We absolutely love the idea of Dave Bautista as Ganondorf. The WWE wrestler turned actor would cut an imposing figure, and the Knock at the Cabin actor has been proven he has the acting chops to play a complex villain like Ganon. So many characters have come and gone in this series that has lasted almost 40 years, that knowing which supporting characters to cast is a bit of a challenge. Come down to what the storyline is and what kind of story we're trying to tell. But one character who has been around since the beginning is Zelda's caretaker, Impa. Impa has taken a few different forms throughout the series, but has always been a guide for Link in his journeys. Taina Miller and Emily Kurata have been both mentioned for the role, but probably the most interesting choice for this mainstay character would be Lucy Liu. The Charlie's Angels and Kill Bill veteran actress would be a perfect fit in our opinion, and could really bring the sage wisdom to the role that would serve our protagonist well. The character making a big stir online by their appearance in the latest Legend of Zelda game is Pura. The ancient technology expert is giving off hot mom vibes in this game, and we think a perfect actress for this role would be Charlize Theron. Her roles in many movies, including her Best Actress Academy Award for 2003's Monster, shows she has the versatility to pull off this important secondary role. Pura's eccentric partner, Robbie, has to be played by Danny DeVito. The It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia actor is an icon at this point, and we think the dynamic between Theron and DeVito would be pure joy for the audience. I know I'd love to see that. Last but certainly not least, we are going to cast the new King of the Zora, Sidon, a fan favorite character and a character that would have to have heavy makeup, prosthetics, or even be CGI. We would still want a hottie actor playing this character. Darren Barnett and Luke Thomas are some actors we've seen mentioned for this role. They might be great choices, but we're going to go with Murder on the Orient Express actor Tom Bateman. More than just Daisy Ridley's husband, Tom is an almost too perfect choice to play the trident-wielding king. Now this sounds like a great cast, and looks like the executives can start pre-ordering their yachts now. Tell us where we were wrong. Are there other better choices we didn't even think of to play these iconic characters? Well, thanks for watching the video. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks. Peace.